Okay. Hello, Mr. Frank. It's nice to have you on board. It's nice to have you on our podcast session for today. This is actually our first podcast session for this year, 2024. We actually had a lot of rough things so far. From last year to this year. We had a lot of difficulties not trying to start our podcast, but here we are. We are starting it, and we are starting it fine with Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank, can you please introduce yourself to us?
Okay, hello. First of all, I'm happy to be here. Hearing that it's the first edition for the year, I'm quite delighted to feature on this one. Yeah, my name is Frank Akiba. I'm community manager at WaveDB at the moment, community go manager for Nigeria. I specialize in community management, content creation, of course, and brand ambassadorship. Yeah, and I'm actually very, very enthusiastic about emerging technologies in the Web3 space and crypto
Okay.
space and blockchain, of course, in general.
Okay. Thank you very much. If I was actually able to hear you well, you said you also specialize in community managing and some other things like that, right?
Yeah, got that correct.
Great. It's so great to have you here with us. We're also still in the midst of introduction. My name is Carsten Ads. I am a podcaster. I am also the host for CC Podcast, where we actually give you some news and we also give you a little bit of education on the crypto world and on the business world and on the tech world also. Because this year we're also going to be introducing tech into our podcast sessions. So, our topic for today, the one I actually sent is, can you actually give us you know what? Let's not actually move on to the topic because I actually want us to do a little bit of, like review of what we actually did from the past years so far. So, last year we actually talked about health. We talked about a little bit on how you can chase your careers. We talked about getting jobs. We talked about a few things from last year, but this time around we're actually coming in hot. Like I said, our current tech and some other things like that. So, we're already done with the review. So, our topic for today, which is Friday, our podcast session, is investing in long-term and short-term projects. Now, this topic is kind of funny and it's also not funny. Now, what do I actually mean by investing in short and long-term projects? I was actually driving in a lot of things when I was actually thinking about this topic. Number one, we can actually look at meme coins, for example. That was actually one of the major things that actually made me bring up this topic. So, what do you think about this topic, and what can you actually say to us from your own point of view?
Okay, the topic, right? Not just about meme coins, I guess.
Yeah, the topic.
All right. As someone who has been around, at least I would say this is my second bull season I'm experiencing. Yeah, I'm trying to say that, okay. As someone who has been around, at least this is my second bull season I'm about to experience. I would
Okay.
say that it's of course usually comes with so much of the noise, the enthusiasm, optimism, the whole echoes and all, right? So the meme season is obviously expected part of that. I think the last bull season, what was really making it rounds was IDOs and so on. So it's always had a trend.
Yes.
Back to the topic, right? Long-term and short-term investment. It's a very, very interesting topic, I would like, because I think as investors, as users, as should I say, crypto enthusiasts in general, we are always caught up in this conflict, right? Do I go in long term? Do I stay short term? Like, what's in it, right? I know the greed and all. So, in crypto and Web3 context, right? Long-term investment typically for those who, just to educate, right, typically refers to holding assets for an extended time. Oftentimes could be from 6 months to 1 year and above. right? While short-term investment refers to buying and selling of assets within a short time frame, could be like in a month, or some people can do it in days. Those are trade daily, weekly, and maybe in a few months' time. Now you want to ask why choose long term, why choose short term? Like I said earlier, it's quite um, dependent on you as a person, right? How you can manage your greed, how you can manage your profits, interest, and all. So investing in projects with strong fundamentals and long term vision actually provides potential for substantial growth over time. That's for long term investment, right? If you're sure of the project, maybe you've done your research, done your fundamental analysis, and you're sure of these products, you're sure what they're doing, you're sure of the community behind them, you can actually go in. And patience is very crucial in navigating the markets, because of the volatility in the market, right? It allows you as an investor, because of course, you become anything, you're an investor. You can be a medium scale investor, you can be a whale. Yeah, we are all investors one way or the other. So it can help you to ride out short term fluctuations and so on. So I think I'll stop there for now. Let's just okay.
Okay,
Um,
okay. We actually already almost even covered everything we're actually talking about on the topic today. You covered a lot of aspects. You covered how greed comes in. Looking at investing in long-term and short-term projects, because if you're actually looking at it from a different angle entirely, like not actually looking at it towards the cryptocurrency aspect, when you're actually investing, most investors, like for instance, foreigners now, when they actually come into Nigeria, for instance, now, and they're like, okay, what is the thing that is actually like that would actually move my market, that would also give me profits? They would look for something that is worth investing into. That okay, this would give me profits for like 40 years and above. I mean, 100 years and above. While looking at the short-term project, it might actually be that, okay, within a year, I'm actually setting my goals. I'm actually making like 100 million naira just for that 1 year, and we're good to go. But meanwhile, looking at those long-term projects, some of them that can actually give you 100 million naira at a go for the span of 40 years, while some would actually look like as if they are vesting. I don't know if you actually know what I actually mean by vesting. If you're participating in IDOs, you understand what I mean by vesting. Now, so it will actually look like a vesting period, but you'll be receiving probably like 5 million naira for 100 like years. So you'll be receiving 5 million naira per year. Those are also examples of long-term projects, or you'll be receiving your dividends or your profits in little ways, but the project is gonna be there and it's gonna still give like be giving you profits. So if I'm relating that to cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency, when you're investing in long-term projects, even right now, how you want to know long-term projects would actually like it will take time because we actually have the issues of security and the issues of hack attacks. Because right now, at the current state of the crypto markets, including the long-term projects, are actually crashing. So imagine you are actually looking at a long-term project. They are saying, okay, this long-term project is supposed to be like for 100 years or like 10 years or 20 years. But before the time of 10 years, probably in the middle of 2 years, the project faces a huge loss of probably an exploitation. They exploited them of like $25,000 or probably, sorry, that is actually little. Let me say like 40 million, $40 million. So they exploited them of that huge amount of money before the time they actually set for themselves. So immediately the lifespan of the project cuts short. Then from becoming a long-term project, it becomes a short-term project because before a project can actually like be back on its feet after hitting, like being hit by an exploitation, it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of funds before it can actually do that. So why for short-term projects, we actually have the sides of the meme coins, we have the sides of the pump and dump, we have the sides of the uh Quick Rug. I don't know how they call it. They call it different names, but I don't know the names they call it. But well, the aspect of the meme coins, like you mentioned something then that is what we call greed. Now, greed is something that actually battles every human being that is related to crypto. No matter who you are, greed will battle with you. What I actually mean by like greed battling with you, you would actually be thinking that okay, uh, this way or that way. But greed, let me say for instance now, someone actually like posted something on Twitter and it was like, always do your research, always do this, always do that. Don't always put all your eggs in one basket. Are you with me, Mr. Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you.
so imagine you saying don't put all your eggs in one basket and you actually meet a meme coin now, for instance, and probably you invested $2 into that meme coin. So, for instance, the meme coin did like 1,000x from that $2 that you actually put. That is giving you $2,000 from 1,000x. Looking at the state of greed in your body after seeing that much profit, what your brain will be thinking next is that $2,000, this can give me 1,000x. Let me go for the next one straight. Then you put everything like as if you are playing Bet Niger. Then everything clears in your eyes. You look at it like this. Boom, boom. Because and this is also something that you should actually know. Cryptocurrency, you actually have pumps and dumps. So when you're actually looking at the chart, you'll be like, okay, let me study the charts. It can actually rise up back. I mean, looking at the chart analysis. So let me still leave the money there. Let me still leave the money there. I mean, it's not gonna go down finish. Just for you to close your eyes, the money is from 2000, it has entered 500. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from
Yeah.
experience. From 500, it has entered 300. You're still looking at the chat. You're looking at people talking. People are still saying, the coin still has potential. Leave it. It will pump. It will pump. It might be the next Pepe. From 300, it entered 200. It will pump. It will pump. It entered 100. Then what is in your mind is that as a crypto guy, man, this one has gone. This one has gone. Let me just leave it there. If you like, if you rogue, if you like, it does not rogue. $2,000 gone. Just like that with the twinkle of an eye. So short-term projects, they are some of them can actually develop from short-term into long-term. That's if the team or the whatever the mindset of who is developing that type of project changes within the short
Yeah.
time of the short term. So, we actually have instances of meme coins like the size of Floki, we have the size of Shiba Inu. They're actually starting now. Every meme coin doesn't actually have the goal to push forward unless when
Yeah.
utilities are being like employed or being added, then they now started having other things together with the project, things like that, just to increase the value of the project. So that it will not just be like as if it's just a coin based projects. Then they add other things. They add staking, they add swap, they add AI, they add liquidity platform, they add farming, and some other things like that. Numerous things. So, like I said, it's not only meme coins. For short-term projects, it's not only meme coins. We also have real life projects that I've seen an instance whereby we're having like a betting project, like a crypto betting project. So most of all those crypto betting projects, they are not always like, okay, we're here to stay for 10 years or 20 years. Why? When they are doing like each betting platform, you actually need funds to run a betting platform. You actually need like a reserve funds that in case if this person wins after everybody stakes, this is the price the person actually carries. So this is the fact that probably your project has decided to raise like funds for this type of thing. Let me say you decide to raise like $1 million for the betting platform. Then someone comes in, then he carries all the calculation of the odds in his head. And he enters into your platform and it carries like $10,000 first time, second time, $50,000, third time, $100,000. Then the next thing that is coming to your own mind is that, okay, let me tweak this thing a little bit. So you now start laundering people's funds instead of like covering up everything. Like let them play fair and square. They now start twisting it. So from twisting it, the security firms comes in like ZachXBT now. They come in, then then the next thing they actually do to your platform is that they will label it scam. And once they label it scam,
Yeah.
you're not able to move forward again. You just hang there. It's either you've already laundered people's funds or you yourself have lost funds, one way or the other. It's always either balanced or not balanced. So we also have meme coins. We have normal altcoins. We have metaverse projects. We have different types of projects that you can actually mention. There are numerous types. So, but the thing is, just face the one that would that would give you more profits because I won't advise you that you should also look into. I'm not even going to give you any financial advice because I'm actually talking to people that are actually watching.
Of
I
course,
won't give
of
you
course.
financial advice because it might be that that short-term project that you left hits bull run, passes bull run, exceeds bull run, like because the power of meme coin, I'm back to meme coin again. The power of meme coins. Imagine you putting just $10. Look at the instance of paper, PP, sorry, PP coin. Imagine you just holding $10 when the
Yeah.
coin started. And the next thing, within just 3 or 4 weeks, your $10 is turning $200,000. So now tell me, why would people not want to risk their money? Let's look at the instance of Satoshi VM that launched recently. Just because of people that participated in the IDO, with just $250, you're having like $140,000 worth of Bitcoin.
Like,
Looking at the surge of the coin, I mean, the way it's increased. So, including doing your research is just there. See, the better thing that I will actually advise you when you're actually looking into long term and short term projects, how you know long term is that you look at the theme, you look at the people shilling it, you look at the with what I actually usually do, you look at the things they offer. If it's that they don't actually give updates regularly, or probably one time they posted, they had a lot of engagement. Then the next time they're posting, their engagement reduced. Just know that they're bot
yeah.
farming. Just know that one. They are bot farming. So you'll be thinking that okay, this project is here to stay. Then the next thing you just hear exploitation. We've been exploited a huge amount of money. Then the funny fact about this is that after the exploitation, before the exploitation, they'll have created another project. So that's when you have instances of like
Yeah.
CVL or the total volume on that exchange is around like $5 billion. How come? They'll create another exchange, transfer the funds, the stolen point, wash it, transfer it to that exchange, increase the swap, I mean the total volume on that exchange,
The
crash,
volume. Yeah.
yeah, increase the volume, crash that exchange again, exploit it, go over to another one, do it again, like that, like that. They just keep
And the deal continues.
that's it. And the funny situation is that these platforms, we already have. Okay, we're actually already running out of time. We already have platforms that actually are like they are where you can wash your funds. So you actually send funds in, but when the funds is going out, you cannot track where it's going out to. You can only see the
Yeah.
funds going
Yeah.
into that place, but it's going out, you don't know because it can actually use any medium, probably Matic or anyhow. They can choose to split that funds, $40 million into $100 each, and they'll swipe everything calculated. Man, yeah.
You know,
So
yeah,
yeah,
I just I like to tell people like, always invest what you can afford to lose, right? Don't go in there with your emotions. Of course, and you can't actually expect humans to detach their emotions from their investment,
mm,
right? But just make sure you invest what you can afford to lose. And when you do your investment options opportunities, always make sure you have a secondary opinion to it. Maybe it can be one of your influential friends. We belong to a strong network of a community of clinical and analysts, like people that have, well vested information on this space. Don't just move in there and just, for instance, I always tell people that before something trends on social media, there's already, I think it's at the verge of either skyrocketing or going back to the very floor. So before you see an influencer man post it and start sharing it, it has already gone far. Like people are already putting the investment, the base investors have already dropped in their money. They're going to come and give them their exit liquidity yet. So just make sure you're very careful and network yourself to the right contacts that can give you information firsthand, when you are quite very early. And you've actually said a lot about short-term projects. In fact, this talk is all about memes. The memes dominate this aspect. And then personally, I've had my fair share of rocks. The Solana era is here. Everybody's buying so things. I've seen over 30 rocks in a single week. Like, you just buy, you're ready for it. In 5 minutes, you pull out liquidity, and that's it. So it's very crazy now. If I invested what I couldn't lose, if after losing that, I now go into depression, I leave my page for like 2 months, I'm crying. So that's what's important for a choice.
That is true.
Right? I just tell people, like, if you want to navigate like the short-term investments cycle, right? Just make sure that you do serious technical analysis and follow market trends. Very, very well. Set clear entry and exit points. For instance, if you find a meme coin, when you see 2x, remove your investment first and take out your investment, right? If you see 2x, take out your investment and let your profit continue the chart. If it gets to 30x, 100x, that should be your profit. It shouldn't be your investment, right? Always make sure you keep that in mind. And then have a portfolio for short-term investment, and a portfolio for long-term investment. That's how I do, right? I lock in money for long-term investments and I take my mind off it. I know, okay, this is supposed to yield in maybe 5 months. For instance, in the core small ecosystem, they are doing something where you stake, I think TI, you stake Atom, you stake is it Osmo, and you're given airdrops in all the projects that are launching in the ecosystem. You understand? So that's a long-term investment. I know that, okay, locking my money here can give me yield maybe in 5 months, in 4 months. I don't mind the market trend. And one funny thing is that you need an unlocking time frame. Maybe like 21 days, some are 15 days. So that's not something you can just request or stake now and get some money instantly. So that's long-term investment. And I'm sure, because I know that these customers, right, they are trending, they are doing great stuff, their SDK is beautiful. They have an IBC functionality, like blockchain communication feature. They are doing things that developers are up and doing, right? Same thing also with injective ecosystem. They are doing a lot of things. So your information, your investment destination very well. Just as long-term has advantages, right? It has disadvantages. Is that you may not, in case it goes sideways, for instance, I made a state in the ecosystem, goes sideways, now I cannot get my money immediately. I need to wait for the unlocking period of 21 days for some 15 days. And what if the dip hits when I'm trying to unlock my money? And I'll have to go back to where I began, right? So it's quite risky.
That's good.
The good thing is that I put in what I can afford to lose, baseline. What I put in there, if I lose it, I know that, okay, I tried my best. I try something with it. Now, I just want to touch on how to balance short-term and long-term. I think you should, like I said earlier, maintain a diversified portfolio that includes both long-term investments and short-term investments, and can provide you an average playing ground for you. Can take advantage of various market conditions you get. So you have to balance your strategies. This helps you to achieve a mix that aligns with your risk and financial goals. Always have a financial goal before you start investment. Don't just go in there and say, oh, let's see. So, like you mentioned, a case of Pepe and the rest. I heard Pepe did about 2 billion market cap or so. Don't go there with that kind of mentality, because it's not always like that. Most of these projects began as new projects. And now see that, okay, they were able to get investors in, like 2 guys that is very massive whale buying. Now stay back and start equity the various utilities they say. Don't include the buyback mechanism and stuff, right? All those things are just because they saw that, okay, there's already potentials in it. And like you said, you're kind of saying the truth, right? You leave this project when it's not doing well, you just rug it and move on. We've seen it severally, so yeah. It's really crazy, right? It's at the end of the day, we need to make money, right? People need to invest because you need to multiply your money. Your money will not stay in your wallet and give you the millions you need. Your money will not stay in USDT and pump. It has to be in an altcoin. So that's just people always have the greedy. For instance, now your friend is like, "Oh, I bought this, maybe I bought bunk, and bunk has done how many X's?" You be like, you're still in your USDT in your wallet. No rise, no fall. You're just there sitting down watching people make people show it. It's crazy, right? Just manage your greed, and if you must invest what you can lose. I would not I would not
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr.
yeah.
Frank. Thank you, Mr. Frank. So we're actually going to be moving over to the part two of the session right now because our time is already almost up. I mean, the first 30 minutes. So I already sent the link to you, so you can just easily start. I mean, join in because I already started the meeting already.
Okay. That's on Twitter, right?
Yeah. It's on your Twitter DM.
Okay.
Ah, hello, Mr. Frank. You're with
All
me,
right.
right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Great. Welcome to the second part of our podcast session. So, I think you can hear me loud and clear.
Yeah, very loud and clear.
Good. So we actually already covered almost all things on the long-term and short-term projects and investing into them. You are actually already covering about how you can also invest into them. So we also have the advantages we're also going to be covering. And we're also going to be covering some aspects on looking at technical analysis, disadvantages also, and I think that's all for now. So, would you like to continue from where you stopped, or
Okay, yeah. I can just speak on the advantages of both of them, right?
yeah?
Um, like I think like in every aspect of life, there are merits and there are also demerits. And I like to picture long-term investment advantages from two angles. Long-term investors can benefit from significant price appreciation over time. For instance, we are beginning the bull run, or we are moving into the bull season, of course. So if you make a long-term investment now, ideally by the maybe towards Bitcoin halving, the ETH sports ETF and stuff, you expect some good market actions, right, on the rise, of course, in the positive. So long-term investment can, benefit from this over time and give you some good profit. Holding on to investments avoids the stress of associated with short-term markets um, uncertainties. You understand? So you don't really have to focus on the charts every day where you go in and see that okay, chart is not going in your direction. If it's going against you, you need to worry yourself because you're actually doing a long-term investment, right? And about I think that the two advantages I'll capture for long-term investments. For short-term investments, of course, there are also advantages. Short-term traders can capitalize on quick price movements and market inefficiencies, right? For instance, like you mentioned about the meme coins, that quick pump, right? If you're fast enough, those that use the bots or the sniper bots can actually snipe and get some good exits out in profit. Increase liquidity in short-term trading allows for more flexibility in your portfolio management. Yeah, so these are the two advantages I capture for short-term investments. And of course, there are advantages also, right? You if you're investing in short-term projects, like you're going in short-term, you definitely have your heart should I say, literally in your palms all the time, right? You're watching the chart, the eyes of the chart, in this small red candle, you're jumping, you're already having high BP, right? And so on. And for a long term, disadvantage of capture for long term is that you may not be able to control the level of loss you experience. Like I give an example for those that are trying to maybe those that are going to yield farming and those that are liquidity stock projects. You want to take out your investment, you cannot get it out immediately. So that can make you stay and experience the full weight of the loss. You understand? Yeah. So I think I'll just capture that for now. Risk considerations, of course, both long term and short term strategies, they have their risk. Like I said, they have their risk. Long term investments may be exposed to prolonged market downturns, while short term trading involves risk of missing out on long term gains. I think that's a basic one. External factors such as regulatory changes or sudden market sentiment shifts can impact both of them. I think that's one similarity that both of them have. Right? Like the issue of, I think when CZ Binance had the issue with SEC, earlier on, okay, late last year, you saw the whole despair in the space. There was certain people were trying to pull out their phones from Binance and all. They
Yeah.
had to come out and make a tweet that phones are
Safe.
safe. That's when everybody were like it was kind of calm in the atmosphere. Even at that, right, there was still that sentiment of okay, what if, and what if? Yeah, so
Hmm.
I think I'll just end it for now. Right? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you actually gave a big example right there. I mean, where you actually talked about CZ and looking at the aspect of sanctity and every other thing like that. I mean, even if we're actually supposed to like increase the example, like you just said, we have instances of look at Cointelegraph, look at SEC as a whole. I don't know whether you heard about when probably an intern published a news about the Bitcoin ETF approval. So everybody were like, okay, let's quickly go long Bitcoin. And I was also part of the people. I mean, I also carried myself.
That
And
was, I mean,
did you hear about it?
it was a serious mess. Like that day, I was so angry that day. I was so angry that day.
There were
Yeah.
actually two instances of these events. We had the first one by the Cointelegraph, and we had the second one by the SEC, which is the Security Exchange Commission for United States. So this Cointelegraph intent went ahead and published this news. I went ahead and longed BTC via Bitcoin futures. I was thinking I was going to scoop in because what I actually do most times is scalping. I just scalp for profits. So I was thinking I was just going to scalp a little bit of little funds. Then I entered. It didn't take, I think it didn't take up to 2 minutes. Then the next thing, I got alerted by Binance. 80% of your funds have been liquidated. And the next thing, all has been liquidated. Let's leave that one aside. I mean, that is also a disadvantage of looking at short-term crypto investing because I wanted to actually do like a quick crypto trade. I mean, a quickly short-term, so I'll be able to like scoop in profits without investing long-term or doing any analysis or anything. I just went in and traded against the news because I actually like heard news about something. Then I followed the speculation, I followed the news, and I traded with it and I got washed. Look at the instance of the security exchange. That one even actually hit every person that's actually trading out there. Then they published a news. They were like, okay, their accounts got hacked and every other thing. I inserted about 70, I think $100. All got liquidated within that period of time. Just within 5 minutes, everything just went down the drain. Now, if we're actually looking at those two instances, what would we actually say? The only thing I'll actually advise is stay away from trading with speculations or with news. Do your own thorough research, like you actually said, doing analysis, thorough analysis and technical stuffs. Try every means possible and check out the chart of what you're buying. Don't just use that, okay, probably because this influencer shield this contract, then okay, this is my favorite influencer. Probably this is my favorite Idolu. According to the way they say it. Let me also buy this coin. Let me push it in my bag. Let me buy like $50 worth. Then the next thing, probably at that moment you are buying it because to you are thinking you're buying something of long term. At the moment you are buying, I mean everybody's also following you to buy. So you actually have probably like a +$3 or +$2. Then the next week, you're seeing that you're actually down by minus $19. So all you actually got between that time was pump and dump. Like the example I gave in the beginning. You got pumped, then you got dumped. And that dump cannot go back up again. It should just be following that terrain. Wherever it stops, it should just keep following that terrain. That pump that you actually saw there was based on the news that you saw, or probably the influencer that influenced it. Then they decided to pump it a little bit, then drop it back. So, like we're actually seeing right here on my screen, I am sharing my screen from Vest India. Let's see what they actually have to say for us about is short-term crypto profitable? Short-term crypto trading can indeed be profitable, but it comes with its own set of challenges, just like you said. The allure of quick gains, like meme coins, is undeniable, yet the volatile nature of the crypto market means higher risk. Success in short-term strategies hinges on accurate cryptocurrency predictions, precise timing, and risk management, just like we said. It's like navigating turbulent waters. Some thrive while others get swept under the carpet. To profit in the short term, stay informed about the price trend, news, and market sentiment. Remember, while it's becoming profitable, it's not for everyone. Balancing short-term and long-term strategies in your crypto investment plan may be a wise approach. That is where greed comes in. This is the fact that you're actually seeing probably Shola. I mean, your friend, I'm actually using Shola as an example. Shola actually got 100 Solana because he actually invested just one Solana. Then you too, that you don't have funds up to what Shola has. Shola has 100 Solana. This is the fact that he invested one Solana. That makes him richer. So if he wants to try again, he can actually use one Solana or two Solanas. But you that you actually have just one Solana, after Shola's investment, then you decide to follow him. Not everybody's head is the same, just like they said, it's not for everyone. You might decide to follow in and invest. Then it should actually look like as if your people are doing you from your family's house. Like as if they follow you enter trade. You say what? It's not actually
Like
look as if
following back home for the village.
like as if they are following you from your village. Then all your work, Solana, goes down the drain. Everything becomes a loss. Then you now start blaming Sola. Shola, what did you do? How did you do it? Why did you tell me to do this? Why did you do this? Do this, that. Then you now start crying. I've actually most of all the situations I'm actually talking about, I've passed through everything. Because in this world we actually have what we call growth. You actually face growth before you can actually become sensible, before you can actually learn, before you can learn your lessons. But we also have people, special people. They don't need to follow these lines that I'm talking about, these growth lines, and you see them being profitable. So people will be thinking that it's spiritual issues. Probably their head is calling more of success. While your head, the person said is calling more of losses. So we have different type of people. Not everybody is the same. That's just I would say. From the conclusion that we're actually having here, in the conclusion, the world of crypto investment offers a diverse range of strategies, each with its unique advantage and risk. Whether you opt for the patient path of long-term investments or the fast-paced world of short-term trading, your success hinges on knowledge, adaptability, and a clear understanding of your financial goals. The key takeaway is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. The best strategy is that one that aligns with your objective and risk tolerance. So as you venture into the crypto space, remember to stay informed, stay patient, and stay true to your investment journey. So that is actually what we have from West India. Thanks very much to them for actually giving us that rundown. So we've covered advantages, and right now I will be covering the disadvantages. I would actually love to cover this one. So for long-term crypto investments, the disadvantages I actually have here are the volatility and regulatory uncertainty. Volatility in the sense that cryptocurrency are known for their price volatility. When you actually probably like what you said now, you said staking, like the Cosmos, stake your TR so you can actually receive other airdrops, numerous airdrops and other things like that. If, for instance, now, okay, this person chooses to to invest in a long-term project, but he invests now, then the next thing, the project's price start dropping. Let me say when you invested $1,000. Then at the time you are on staking, probably after 30 days or 60 days, your $1,000 already turned to $100 minus 10x. And your stake rewards is not more than $10 on top your $1,000. So that is also something you should actually look out for. That is also a disadvantages of long-term investment. You might actually be thinking that, okay, after locking my money for this time, I'll be expecting a profit or something like that. I would advise you, when you're doing long-term investments, go for spot trading. Go for coins that, okay, you can easily trade against the stable coins. Then you hold them in your portfolio such that in case you see any information or any disaster coming, looming from afar, you can easily opt out from the disaster so that you don't actually lose all yourself into that disaster because you might actually end up crying. I'm also still talking from experience, but I would not actually want to dive deep into that one. So we also have the regulatory uncertainty, but also know that I'm also not actually advising you not to opt in into staking and other things like that. You can also opt in into staking. TIA is a very good example. TIA, the price of TIA is also not dropping; it's still rising. And I also looking at that coin is also aiming for around $50 to $70 above. So I would advise you. You can fill in, but everything I'm saying is not financial advice. So the regulatory uncertainty, the regulatory environment of cryptocurrency is evolving, and long-term investors need to monitor regulatory development that could impact the market. This is what I was actually trying to say. So, for instance, now look at FTX. FTX as an example, look at their token, the FTT, which ran down from about, I think, $100 down to like around $1 or $3 or thereabouts. So regulatory conditions can also affect your bags. Be very, very careful. That was the reason why I was giving an example of holding sports trading, sports coins, trading on sports. So so you don't actually eventually face this issue square on, then you that are as an investor, because you've actually decided that okay, you want to invest all your bags in a long-term investment, end up losing all due to the fact that you encountered one regulatory stuff or the other. Or the best thing I would advise you is avoid regulatory issues. When you know that this platform is not supported in your zone, stay away from trading on it, because when you're about to withdraw your funds, if they decide that okay, due to the fact that you violated regulatory rules, we are holding your funds. They are not held reliable because you violated the rules, not them. That is one of the major reasons why they are holding your funds. Why for short-term crypto trading, the disadvantages, the number one, for meme coins, anyone, crypto betting, and the rest, high risk. The risk is very, very high. When I'm talking about high, the highest, I mean, like as if you're actually increasing your engine, the highest. Short-term trading in crypto is highly speculative and can involve significant risks. The market's rapid price changes can result in substantial losses, meaning that I was actually in an alpha group where they were like talking that okay, they invested 15 Solana, 10 Solana, 20 Solana. I was like, look at all these whales. Where will my own money come? Like, see these people investing 10 Solana, 50 Solana, 20 Solana. So if you're investing, people before they can decide to invest something like that, they will already know that probably they are having like 1,000 Solana left in their portfolio. They cannot just choose to invest all their um coins in one basket. But due to the fact that you are seeing them investing like something like that, then you take the last $1,000 that is in your hand, your last 5 Solana, you pack it, then you put it inside the meme coin. Then the meme coin shows you it shows you shaggy, like in the Nigerian way we say it. It shows you shaggy, then all your money goes down the drain. So the high risk is there. Be very, very wary of what you can invest. Use what you can lose. Even though it gives you 1000x, there would always be another one. There will always be another one in the sense of in the side of meme coin, there will always be another one. Just always try to put what you can afford to lose. Then we have the transaction costs. This transaction cost does not affect every chain. It only affects the Ethereum chain. Mr. Frank, do you have like have you had an instance whereby you're actually trading on Ethereum and you're meeting a gas fee of around like 50 something dollars?
Bro, I've experienced that severally on Uniswap, right?
Hmm,
I got into a project just around the time to, take our profits. I saw about $70.
damn.
I'm like, how much is the profit? How much is the gas fee?
That
Like,
is the thing.
it was very, very, annoying because I couldn't do that. That's like me losing everything, profit plus investments in the course of trying to get out the little profit I made. So I had to adjust myself back. And I think that made me lose that investment big time. And I thank God now, at least the gas fee at these days is quite less compared to
Yeah.
some months ago. So,
I mean,
yeah,
ever
I'm
since
happy
the
for
time
what's I play.
ever since the time I think actually Vitalik Buterin published, I think was it the roadmap or the white paper or something like that. This is the time he actually published that news. I noticed like a sudden like reduce in the gas fees.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody noticed it alongside with me, but I noticed that the gas fees just went a little bit low, like as if it was just waiting to drop that information on his Twitter page. Then the next thing is to reduce the gas fees. But I also noticed a reduction there, but still it's still also still on the high side. So I would advise you trade carefully and tread carefully because like the instance you just said, I mean, there was actually like a project I did like a kind of content for, and they paid me in their token. Imagine you paid me $100 and you actually have a slippage of around 10%. I am trading your coin on a 10% slippage, and I am paying a gas fees of around $40. Minus 10% slippage, I am getting nothing less higher than $25. On top $40 gas fees from $100. Imagine, you know, these projects are very, very, very unbelievable. Those short-term projects, they can put a lot of barriers in front of you that you'll be like, bro, what is all this? They are seeing your
Yeah.
profit is rising, but you are meeting different barriers before you can actually get your profits because they don't want people to sell on them quickly. You know, not every money is just always easy to get. You cannot just claim that money like that. You have to give something back, like drop something from the boys, drop something for just like as if you're passing with your car on the road and you actually meet like some set of area boys or some set of like all these funny guys, then they're like drop something for us as they're passing. You cannot just pass it like that. You're about to swap, you have the sell tax of around like 7% or 10%. After paying the sell tax, if you actually first approve the contract. Approving the contract on the Ethereum chain is around like $2. Then you approve the contract, then you approach the sale tax, then from the sale tax, you approach the gas fees. The sale tax is around like 8%. If 8%, it can remove like $8 or $9 from your whatever you're actually trading or whatever you're selling. After removing that one, then you actually encounter Uniswap. And we're not even talking about the current surge on Uniswap gas fees. So after facing Uniswap gas fees around like 40 plus the sale tax, at the end of the day, you are eating nothing. That's just it. So be very, 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 very wary of the projects you're investing in. That's what the transaction costs. Then for the technical analysis, short-term trading often relies on technical analysis, and success requires a good understanding of chart patterns, indicators, and market sentiment. This is for projects not related to meme coins. Me, I am saying this because so you might be thinking that you can technically analyze a meme coin. For me, I will put it to you. You cannot technically analyze any any meme coin on Solana. It is only the spirit of the the developer of that coin, that you can just pray for. If his spirit is not in good health, just count yourself unlucky because it would immediately crash down that token, remove the liquidity, or do like a max sell on like different alt created wallets because we also had instances of that one. So we've actually talked about disadvantages, we've talked about advantages, we talked about how we're actually gonna be concluding right now. I mean, we actually spent over an hour. So if you I'm actually going to ask you because we actually have two different things. We have the long term or short term. If you're actually like in a debate now, would you prefer one or would you consider both? And if you would prefer one, give us your reasons. And if you would consider both, give us your reasons. Then we actually get into the conclusion from there, Mr. Frank.
Okay, I'm quite very realistic with my response because um, I'm not very rich. You understand? So if I say I prefer long term, that means I have to be extremely rich where I can afford to invest my money, and still stay, getting cash from other ways while my investment is yielding profit from somewhere else. So I would say I adopt both of them. I just manage my risk. I have a portfolio for long term, a portfolio for my short term investment. Yes. And for the long term investment, I know that okay, these ones are going to yield me profit in the next 1 year or 6 months. I know that okay, these short term ones are like okay, very risky ones, pump and downs and so on. Futures trading for those that future trading and so on. And they yield me profit, maybe in the shortest possible time, in a matter of days. So I can still get money from my short term investments and still put it back into my long term investments. So I would say I don't both. I don't know how to manage my risk. I think I'll just use this opportunity and just give my closing thoughts at once. Yeah, so I'll conclude by saying that as an investor, as a user, as an enthusiast in the Web3 or crypto financial world,
Okay.
because there's crypto finance and there's other aspects of crypto as well.
Yeah.
So I would say you should align your strategies with your financial goals. Have a financial goal, have risk, align your strategies, your financial goals, risk tolerance, and of course, time horizon. If you don't have the patience to wait for 1 year, good and fine. Align it to your investment of 6 months that will yield your profit and so on. Now, a well-informed approach that considers both long-term and short-term perspective can contribute to a robust investment strategy in the dynamic world of crypto. Like I said earlier, I go with both of them. I just know that, okay, long-term is my future. This has money for what I'm going to eat in a year time or in 6 months time. This one is my daily and weekly expenses. You understand? So that's just how it is. But of course, one thing I would like to tell you is that all what Carsten has said, captured about regulations and so on, very, very important. And nothing here is a financial advice. Even here, we have mentioned some projects here. Don't go and say, oh, Carsten said it on his podcast, so let me go and invest in this project, please. That's not what we said. But do your research, your research. I know that no research is a perfect research. All
Yeah.
research are subject to, adjustments. So just do your best. Make sure you have the knowledge. Study well. Know your stuff. Know your stuff before you make a financial decision.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Frank. It's been an amazing session so far. I mean, I would have really, really loved to continue the session. I mean, before that place you just mentioned now, that know your research or something like that, we'll have just dragged that issue a little bit. But no worries. We're actually gonna be having a lot of time. This year it's fully loaded and fully packed. We have a lot of things coming this year. Actually gonna be giving a little bit of snippets. This year, we're going to be starting a new media coverage, and this media coverage is not yet to be publicized because of other years. I mean, we're actually in the crypto world. Anybody can decide to steal your idea. So this is actually going to be coming very soon from us. So just be expecting that. And it's going to be an amazing concept of idea. I mean, I actually came up with this idea and I also thought it through, asked some few people, and it's gonna be amazing because you would love it. You would love it. So thank you very much, Mr. Frank. It's been an amazing session. We've actually come to a conclusion that both long term, short term are good, but be very, very careful. Follow all the guidelines, all the rules that we actually placed in this podcast. I will not tell you that this is financial advice. I will not tell you that this is what you should follow, but just do your own research. Like I said, not all research is like okay, where you stop. Research does not stop. Research continues in cryptocurrency. Different new developments keep starting and keeps growing. So thank you very much everyone for watching. I am Carsten Arts and this is the See You Podcast. We hope to see you some other time. See you next Friday.